Hi, my name is Mahek. I am the founder of Bindas Eatery, and today I'm going to be making you a Speedy Butter Chicken. So, Speedy Butter Chicken is going to be nice, quick, easy recipe that you can do within 30 minutes, and we're going to get cracking. So right now, I have a mixing bowl full of chopped, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and I've got a whole range of spices right here. So let me talk you through some of the spices that I've got. Now, I know spice at the back of my hand, so I can tell you what each of these powders are. I have some salt, I've got some turmeric, I have some cumin powder, I've got some coriander powder, and Kashmiri red mirchi. So now what I'm going to do is just mix them all in. And also I'm going to add some Greek yogurt, which is going to help tenderize your meat. And I'm going to go in with some tomato puree. Going to whip this to the side. Now you can take any neutral cooking oil that you fancy. So here I've just got some bog standard vegetable oil. Just put a generous glug in. Then leave that to the side. Now the beauty of this dish is that you can marinate this and use it almost instantaneously. However, if you do want to marinate it and give it some love, leave it for a minimum of at least 20 minutes. Just so you have a chance for all the masalas to cling onto that chicken thigh. And really you're giving it the best possible chance to tenderize and cling onto all of those really good flavors and to help layer your butter chicken. Right, so that whilst that's marinating, we're going to do a bit of a here's what I made earlier. But what I want you to do is once that's marinated, you've given it at least 20 minutes worth of love. I want you to pat this down onto a grease-proof baking tray and cook it in the oven about 180 for approximately 20 minutes. So that's lovely and marinated. Like I've just said with here's what I made earlier. And I work very cleanly, so I work with gloves. I mean, you've got to preserve that manicure at the end of the day. So, whip these gloves off. Now I'm going to get onto my masala base. So my pan's nice and hot now. Now I want to talk you through some of the oils, fats that we're going to be using today. Now to make a really good butter chicken, you need to make sure that you have ghee. So ghee is a brown butter. It's an Indian brown butter. It's a clarified butter. That means that all the milk proteins have been taken out of. This is essential to a really good butter chicken. It's going to help you layer your flavors and get really good aromats. Now, again, we're going to have our neutral cooking oil. And I'm going to talk to you again about the spices. So here, in my little sexy plate of spices, I have a whole range here. I've got cardamom powder. I've got cumin powder. I've got coriander powder. I've got turmeric. I've got some salt. I've got some garam masala, I've got some other homemade ground garam masala and some Kashmiri red mirchi powder. Now, one of the spices that I really do want to talk to you about, which is completely essential to a makhani, is this. This, my friends, is called kasuri methi, which is basically, English for it is dried fenugreek leaves. This is what gives that layer to a butter chicken. When you go to a really good restaurant, you get that aromatic, almost oregano savory note. It comes from this spice. You can buy this spice at all major supermarkets. If you're feeling lazy, just Amazon it. It's all good. It's all there. I've got some ginger puree and some garlic puree here. I've got one sliced onion, some blitzed tomato, and some sugar for seasoning. Now, again, with makhani, you're looking for certain flavor profiles. The certain flavor profiles you're looking for is creamy, tangy, sweet. I'm going to go in with some oil right now because we're going to start our masala base. Got some fancy worktops here. So you may be wondering what I'm cooking off because you can't see a traditional hob here. I am cooking off the world's first invisible hob. This is TBP Tech. So ladies and gentlemen, this is curry proof. Hallelujah. We can actually cook and not have to worry that we're going to get yellow stains and stuff everywhere. It's fantastic. Now, whilst this is getting nice and hot, I want to show you a secret to a curry. To get a really good curry, you need to make sure you brown your onions. If you don't brown your onions, it is completely pointless, my friends, because that's the whole flavor dimension in itself. And the secret to a really good curry is to make sure you brown your onions, brown your garlic and your ginger and your chilies. Speaking of which, I need to chop up very quickly. Now, of course, you can add chilies according to spice or according to your flavor profile. I like my food a little bit hotter. However, it's entirely up to you. So remember, the flavor profiles that you're looking for is that you want to make sure it's creamy, tangy, salty, sweet. I don't know how hot you guys like it, but I'm going to make it on a medium. Are we okay with medium? Okay. You can probably start to smell the ghee already. Gonna give that a good mix. Now what I'm gonna do is go with my ginger and my garlic. Now I'm gonna give it some time to cook. This hob is actually amazing. Okay, so I have just spilled a little bit of ghee and some chilies over, and I'm able to use my cloth and wipe over without the cloth burning, and my fingers are not burning. This is great. So let that cook. Now you're going to leave this to cook for at least 2 to 3 minutes before we go in with our other spices. Right, so my onions and my garlic, chilies, and ginger has all started to brown. I'm going to go with all my masalas. Now the trick is to make sure you keep the pan moving, because it's going to help you create that layered effect what you're after. Look, I love this. No burning, keep cooking as you're going along. Give it a nice good mix. Now I'm going to go in with my blitzed tomato. Now, ideally, you want to give this a little bit of time to fuse. So again, you need to let this cook through for another 2 minutes because you don't want the tomato to be sour. So let it cook out, and then we're going to go in with our pre-cooked chicken tikka. Now it's been 2 minutes. I'm going to go in with my chicken tikka. So make sure you get as much of the juice from the pan, from the roasting sheet, that you're able to, because all going to add to the flavor. Give it a really good mix. Now we're going to go in with the cream, which is what makes a butter chicken, as well as the copious amounts of ghee that went into this as well. All right, give this a good mix. Go in with some ghee and some cream. The smells that you're getting right now, you can smell all the masala, you can smell the chicken tikka, you can smell the cardamom, you can smell the brown butter, you can smell the onions. Once you've made this, this is going to be an absolute thing of you to be your staple in your homes on a Saturday night or Sunday, even a Friday night, possibly even a midweek dinner. And this is the color that you're looking for. You want to make sure you have like a nice orange color to your chicken makhani or butter chicken. Now, this is where the secret weapon spice comes in, the kasuri methi. So I want you to make sure you get a good, generous pinch in your hands, give it a good crunch between your fingers, and just sprinkle it in. So you can buy this in most major supermarkets. So you can buy it from Tesco, you can buy it from Sainsbury's. All major supermarkets sell this spice. Or you can simply just buy it off Amazon if you fancy it. So make sure you mix that in. And it's really important that you don't burn this spice and you just add it in at the last moment, just before serving. And it's done. So here you have it, Speedy Butter Chicken, chicken makhani.